Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, this channel is called Emotion, a platform where we discuss matters concerning men, everything masculinity. In today's edition, we are going to discuss about what young men needs to learn and to do in their 20s. I am not alone as usual. I am with the guest who will introduce himself right after the break. But you can also be part of this family by clicking the subscribe button, then hit the bell so that you do not miss anything each time we upload a new video. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. As I told you, I am not alone. With me, I am with the father, the husband, and he has been youth. He has been in the 20s, because today we are going to talk about what is the right thing to do during the 20s. So he is the person to lead us through the discussion.
Sure.
Hassan, most welcome.
Thank you, Nasra.
Could you kindly introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm an engineer, a businessman, a resident in Kampala, a born of Masaka.
Okay.
My name is Hassan Senkungu. Most people call me Gata.
Okay.
And some call me Koja. And other sweet names.
Okay, and that is exactly the reason as to why you are here, because you are Koja in Luganda means uncle, and it is for that reason why you are with us today, and you're going to lead us through the discussion. If you are to be taken back to your 20s, what is that one thing that you will do?
It's not one thing.
Okay.
It's a number of things, because as we grow up, there are things we get to do thinking we are doing the right things.
Yeah.
But eventually when you grow up, we get to realize that we would have done otherwise. It's a merge of activities, a merge of things, a merge of mistakes.
Yeah.
But as a person, when I get a simple throwback in my 20s on some of the decisions I made, obviously having a girlfriend was part of it. Because as early as before you even make your 20s, you're thinking about this thing of my friend is having a girlfriend, and my friend is hanging out with ABCD, and me, I'm just here reading books. So that push gives you the urge to have someone with you. In the essence, the closest person you get to look at obviously is a classmate, someone you once in a while get to sit with. You choose them, and as you start being with them, you get to realize, oh, it is more than just being with the person. It has needs. It calls for a lot. I would focus on economics bit of it. You see, when you're a grown-up man, you get to realize that money defines a lot on what a man becomes. They go further to influencing the kind of people you get to associate with, furthermore to the kind of wife you can have. So we have a lot of people who get to make choices of maybe people to marry, but in actual sense, it was the financials that pushed them to decide whoever they are staying with. And actually, if they were better off, they would have chosen someone else, someone of their own choice, not being pushed around maybe by family, by time, by different factors. So, and me as a person, I think financials are really important. Most of the young men, when they're in their 20s, they get to think that that time is time for maybe having fun, hanging out, to live life as is. You call in your parents, you ask for money, they send you whatever they send you, you just manage that. You do not entice your brains into think about business in the sense. So we get to just hang in life. But actually, if God had helped us and our societies had a very proper doctrination that is not backdating from our great-great-grandfathers, in this sense, I'm talking about the fact that you can find that what I know is something that was taught to my great-great-grandfather. and my great-great-grandfather taught it to my great-grandfather, then to my father, then my father puts it into me. So it's a generational problem whereby there are things we don't know, not because we don't have the minds to concept them, but we do not get that exposure to learn them because our parents don't know them. As a young man, before I even join school, I have to listen to my parents first. When I listen to my parents, they get to doctrinate me into a certain kind of style of life. So the kind of life they push me into, somehow I'll be 60% into that. Then the 40% might be defined by myself. You end up being something you're not aware of. In the essence, it gets to disorganize what you become as a man. If we had a chance to do a reshuffle, our thinking for our children, and then think about the children of our children, how we would want them to think, we would do that. But sometimes it's really too late to do so, because it all stems from there. I cannot know what to do when my father has not taught me a bit of the basics of what I have to do. I'm a kid.
Only know life in your father's perspective.
My father's perspective. So in the essence, the guardian has a role to play to define what I have to think about, to define what I can become. If I was to be in my 20s, those things would stem from trying to relate with the right people, first of all. You see, we are all our groups. The kind of people you relate with define you. You can't be in a group and you're someone else. Okay?
They usually say that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with.
Perfectly. So you might find that I was taken to a school which had a certain kind of people, and I learned some behaviors from them, and those behaviors get to define how I'm thinking right now as a grown-up man. But in actual sense, if I had a chance to go back, I would have chosen another school. Okay, to change the environment, to change the kind of friends. I would try to look into the different backgrounds of different people we are associating with in my 20s. And
You
choose
mean
those
the type of friends,
exactly the type of friends,
networks.
the type of networks to help me guide my future. Because if you look at a young man with a lot of time, using it in a funny way, thinking that life is about maybe having a fun, not knowing that they have a lot of responsibilities that are going to hit them when they come of age, it makes you understand that if you had a chance to go back and correct the time you wasted, if a person is to be successful, it always starts with the times when he is not. How do you push yourself? What kind of have you chosen? Yes, but how do you think? You can find a young man in their 20s not even knowing what they are going to be doing when they're done with school. If they get to relate with good people, they could have thought the right way, in a sense of understanding that right now, maybe let me give an example. Me, I have a company. I started my company as early as 24. I was in the second year. So if a young man gets to know that, no, I don't want to be employed, it gives them the zeal to start up something. Starting something requires you to invest time in it. Everything needs time to mature. So you need to invest this time as early as possible. In the times when your parent is still appended to you, he can send you some bit of money. When you talk of a problem as is, people can listen because they define you as young. As I did. Me, I did it. I thank God for that. Like someone right now can see my company having 8 years of experience. But in actual sense, we've been in practice for around 4 years or 5. The other 3 years were idle, but the experience of that company was growing underground. So if you get to know what you really want in the future, you can use your 20s well.
You know, in the society that we live in, some parents want the children to fulfill their dreams. they do all the way possible to make
Yeah.
the child to believe that this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
They are not guiding the child in relation to their
Themselves.
potential or their passions,
Yeah.
but it is in relation to what
They
them they
would have
think,
wanted to.
yeah, and
to
what maybe
accomplish.
they think could be better for the child. Was that your case?
No, I was lucky that I grew up as a person. I grew up selling clothes in the market,
Yeah.
and that taught me a lot about working. And my parents didn't go to school, so less they knew about what happens in school.
Yeah.
All they wanted to know is
You are going to
is
school.
the guy at school.
Yeah.
They had to
Whether
ensure that
you
I'm in school.
performed
They don't
or-
exactly. They didn't even know how to gauge whether I've performed or not. So it was up to me to define that I'm doing badly. Let me improve in this area. Let me improve in that sector.
Yeah.
It was self-based.
Yeah.
The essence, it taught me self-responsibility
Yeah.
and taking care of myself as early as a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't pampered. No one defined my career. When I was joining campus, I was given education at Chambogo University.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be a teacher as a person. I went to my mom. I told her that I was given education, but I'm not going to do it. I want to do engineering.
Yeah.
My concern was the engineering bit on everything. I just wanted the engineering
engineer
exactly.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to MOOC and asked for software engineering on private.
Yeah.
Thank God I was given. Then eventually, after being in the class of software engineering, I realized the things we were concepting or studying were really easy.
Yeah.
And I don't like easy stuff. I applied for change of course
Yeah.
and went in for computer engineering. All that process was self-initiative. My mom didn't even know that I changed course. I told her, yeah, I can get a job and do a bit of half sponsoring myself. But thank God, somehow she was able to suffice through. Yeah, and that's how my journey of education went on. I'm happy that I got that gift as early as possible. Some kids don't get that.
Yeah.
They think having everything around
Yeah.
is the best way that can help them maybe mold up their futures. But in actual sense, some of the things that we dismay, we think are not proper, they're the things that make us men. I believe as a person, if I would track back into my 20s, I thought my dream was being an engineer.
Yeah.
But eventually I realized I could do more than engineering.
Yeah.
The fact that I love hard stuff.
Yeah.
I had a first class. Then I deteriorated to a second upper.
Yeah.
To pull more
Challenge
challenges,
yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
More challenges. So I felt really challenged having gone to a second upper. I had to refocus to balance up things, the company and studies, to try and go back to first class, but I was not able to do so. So the issue here is we are looking at my 20s, the things that I would have changed. If I had an opportunity to go back to my 20s, I would have gone into a dream I felt stronger, or a dream I misunderstood, and I would do that. Okay? When we reach our 30s, after realizing some facts about life, we go back to school. You might find a person is an engineer, but he's now doing law.
Yeah. Is there that specific dream that you thought you would have achieved, but you didn't achieve it?
I realized I had a potential to help and support communities, to be there for people. Some call it philanthropy.
Yeah, philanthropy, yes.
Yeah, philanthropy is a field that is heart-based.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes not based on how much you have, it's not based on your profession.
It is based on
humanity. How do you feel for humanity?
Yeah.
When you see a child crying, does your heart cry with them?
When you see what is happening
Exactly.
around our community.
Does it really bother you?
Yeah.
Do you feel touched with the society you live in?
Yeah.
How much would you want a person to have a meal?
Yeah.
It goes to that. To an extent that I really feel more touched to ensuring that people around me are happy than me having a successful career in engineering.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of maybe going back to school for that, or doing something about that, just to make your dreams come through?
Yeah, I've done something. I enrolled not not physically going back to school,
Mm.
but I started studying law,
Yeah.
and I'm teaching it myself. I don't need to be in class because I know how to read.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing it for is for knowledge and to see how best I can relate philanthropy
Yeah.
and understanding communities, improving my skill of reading to understand more about community still.
Yeah.
So everything I'm doing, I'm focusing on community and ensuring that people's lives are improved.
Yeah.
You find a person stepping one leg into their dream
Yeah.
and another is into surviving.
Yeah.
In
True.
the essence, it's because our economy or our society lacks a lot of support to the youth.
Yeah.
In the essence, someone can't sit down to define really what he would have loved to be.
Yeah, you have to first survive.
You have to
before
first
you
survive, yes.
live your
So some
dreams.
people half live, they know what they want, but they can't be it.
Yeah.
So they,
You are
the
just
only thing,
for survival.
exactly, the only thing they can do is to think about it, to be like, okay, I would have been this, but I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Let me be here. Let me be a carpenter for now.
Yeah.
But the guy who's being a carpenter, he's a very good orator. Maybe he's would have been a very good lawyer. But because the available opportunity is carpentry, he dives into that as he survives.
Yeah.
In the essence, time runs. They might get looped into carpentry,
Yeah.
and forever they stay carpenters,
Yeah.
but sad carpenters, obviously.
Yeah, but they are never fulfilled.
They're never there. They never feed it.
Yeah.
Even if it is so lucrative, even if it's so giving, so returning
Yeah,
in terms
but
of
you are
money,
not
but they're not there.
happy.
So sometimes the heart is important to
Yeah.
give it what it wants, because really that's what defines you. I really liked engineering,
Yeah.
and the way it helps my brain think, the mathematics.
Yeah. Yeah.
It helps me, it has a boost it gives you as an individual.
Yeah.
I would have loved to do engineering, but there is a chance always to study again. I would have done law. Yeah, the fact that after pursuing the engineering sector, I was having a company. I had to make sure that the company stays upright. I married. I had to ensure that the family stands. I got looked into engineering.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's where you mentioned earlier on about the network. Would you talk more about how the friend that we relate with, especially young people, the impact they have in their future?
If I'm talking about friends are the best components of anyone's future, are the best components of anyone's life. Even if you hide away from having people around you, it will turn back to you. You will need to be buried. You will need to marry. You will need to associate with someone. You need to tell your things to someone.
Yeah.
So you need to create the people in your life wisely. We do not think about designing our life. Everything just depends on the mercy of God.
Or tomorrow will take care of itself. Some people use that expression.
Yeah.
What would you maybe tell the young people? Because at least for you, you've gotten the chance to learn things, and the young people are there in terms of how to choose right friends.
They're right friends.
Yeah.
Okay. I would advise the young men to go to the right places. You see, if you're at the mosque, if you're at the church, if you're at the wherever prayer place, you're certain that the people who have that kind of doctrination from their parents, they will be good people. That means there are lots of principles that were doctrinated into them by their parents that are really nice for you to learn to. Go associate with them. So I take the mosque areas, the church areas, the best hunting grounds for good friends. But because they've been taught that by their parents, they've been taught that by religion. And also we need to focus on religion. Religion is a concept that was well packaged. There are very many religions. I don't want to dive much into religion, but a religious concept to reach a level of being believed by a number of people. That means whatever concepts that were piled into it were well thought out to define humanity, to make a human a better person.
Yeah.
In the essence, it ensures it will make you a better person if you relate with a person of religion
Yeah.
than a person of no religion,
Yeah.
because they have some basic core concepts in
Yeah,
them.
and it means because the religion shapes our values.
Yeah.
It means choosing friends has to be seen in terms of values that
Yeah.
we share
Yeah.
with this person.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What about hobbies? People that have same hobbies, because yes, beyond the religion, we are humans and we do different activities. So, like, let's say you're an engineer,
Yeah,
you go somewhere maybe for a dinner
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
meet another engineer.
Yeah.
Are these also some of the things that you can look up to when it comes to choosing friends?
I don't advise a young man to focus on professionalism as a definition of a friend.
Okay, not necessarily professionalism, but let's
Hobby
say
life.
hobbies or
Yeah.
passions.
Concepts of life are different. When it
I
comes to
totally
friendship,
agree.
the basic principle is the doable principle. Do not go into areas of professionalism trying to get friends.
Yeah.
Go there for professional benefits.
Yeah.
I want to relate with ABC engineer.
Because I also want to learn
Exactly,
how
to learn how he
do-
does what he does and get that out. If you go on a deeper discussion with them and you find them sharing principles with you, it's okay. Push on to the friendship level, because it defines how you think. It gets to define what you do on a daily basis. It gets to define how you will make even the biggest of decisions.
in your life.
Yeah, because these are the people you're going to consult. These are the
Yeah.
people you're going to call. These are the people when you get a problem, they'll call first. Okay, it's deeper than
Yeah.
just relating on a surface level.
Okay. So let's talk about many young people who think that 20s are the YOLO age. YOLO. You only live once.
Yeah,
So it means you mess up because there's no other life after
Yeah.
20s. So you will sleep around with all the kind of women. You will taste all kind of shisha. You'll go to club after
Yeah.
club.
yeah,
One night, 5 clubs. You know, that kind of life.
yeah.
So yeah, many young people in their 20s believe that because you'll never get back your 20s.
Yeah, I think it's right to think that way because you live once, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's okay to go out, explore, do everything, but I believe it has to stem back. I'm sorry, I'm pushing everything to an earlier time, because whatever we get to do, it has a reflection from what we were given from some time earlier, when we were still babies, when we were still kids. If a mother or a father was given the responsibility to be the guardian of this young soul, if you do your right job, this kid, even if he reaches the age of YOLO,
Yeah.
he will try out, but he will know where to stop.
Yeah. They know what their boundaries
Exactly,
are.
boundaries. The essence as a father, I've done my role. We are talking about the same in terms of the YOLO age. You will find someone going out, but when they go out,
They know
they
where
sit on the same shisha table. Others are doing shisha. He's not.
you're not.
Me,
Because you
I
know
don't
what
do shisha.
your
I'm
limit
out.
is.
Exactly. I'm out. I'm enjoying the environment as you. But you're doing shisha. I don't do shisha. You go out. Your friends are boozy. Some are even come from Muslims who don't booze, but they are doing it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it's okay. I'm Hassan. You're Ibrahim. You're doing
That's
it.
your
That's
doing.
you.
That's
Me?
I'm not.
I'm not. What makes the difference here? It's because my father took it as a role to show me that that is wrong.
As a Muslim, I can't do this.
Exactly.
As a Christian,
Yes.
if you are a Christian,
Yes.
as a Christian, you can't do this.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can't go beyond this boundary. It is okay to explore. I wouldn't condemn it. It is really important for a person in their 20s to see what life has to give.
Yeah.
Because 20s bring in the aspect of, let me say, campus. It brings in an aspect of freedom.
Yeah.
You're young,
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
You have a source of money whereby your parents are entitled to give you money. You have the freedom you require. You're staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
You have access to people. The friends are around you, the classmates, the ABCD.
Yeah.
All those people around you, they are spicing up your time,
Yeah.
which is really short. It is around 4 years, 5 years, 6 years maximum. Because after secondary, after the proper restriction of the prison life of secondary, you come to the free life of maybe campus, and they're 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Those are years of understanding what the world has to offer,
Yeah.
understanding what really goes on. But if you have a
But
good
with
background,
limits.
exactly, you'll be able to understand that, no, I'm going out, but this is my limit.
This is my limit.
I can have a girlfriend, but this is my limits.
Yeah.
I can have a man, but they have to be in this kind of lines. They have to be through, my parents have to know about them, issues like that, depending on how the parent brought you up.
Yeah.
So me, I believe it is very okay, but it has to do with someone who did the guardianship. For Christianity, there's the Bible. You can look into the Bible and be like, okay, the Bible told us not to do ABCD,
Yeah.
because Christianity stems from home.
Yeah.
Muslims, they have their book,
Yeah.
which guides them on what to do and
What's
not
not
what to do.
Yeah.
So in the essence, someone is guided.
Yeah.
I believe it's okay. I don't think I missed out a lot, because as a young man, I did it all.
Yeah.
Most of them, the ones that are in line with my personal principles and my religion. So I don't think I missed out a lot in my YOLO age. But I would advise the young men out there, please explore the world, give it your best, but always remember, as you're giving in your best to be a YOLO, you need to understand that this is the only time you have still to build a future.
Yeah.
So you have to balance both. Associate with the people who get to define a bit of your life. You're smart enough to do it, and I'm very sure.
Yeah. I think if there's something that I've learned from this discussion is that the people that you associate with are key to your future, to your success, to you achieving your dreams. And this brings us to the end of this discussion. But you could also be part of this discussion. Leave us your comment in the comment section below. Tell us what you think we will improve so that we could serve you better in the next episode. You could also tell us what you would like us to discuss about in the next episode. From Himotion, we can't wait to see you in the next episode. But for now, it's a wrap. Bye-bye and stay blessed.